So last week, you guys managed to finally make it to the Dwarven Citadel and release your ward and acquire your payment. And then we decided we'd pick up this week and see what kind of shenanigans you wanted to transcribe this week. So, let us begin. What all do you want to do?
Nearest job board.
Some of us had already found the job board. We're waiting for you to transcribe it. I thought, but
Alright, roll an investigation and see what kind of quests you can come up with. The better you roll, the more options you have.
I'm gonna roll.
Wow, yeah. 21 from Cookie.
Surprise!
Donovan, you located the bar.
But I'm proficient in investigation.
Yeah, I'm
that's
proficient.
a 10.
That gives me all of +2.
I find a roundabout way to the bar.
Or it gives me a +4, but yeah, whatever.
Come
It's
on,
just
guys.
8.
let's see.
Huh. Good roll.
18.
Clever landing spot.
What's your intelligence modifier?
None. Well, my investigation. Well,
Yeah, what's your investigation check?
Are you
+0.
proficient?
Okay.
That's what he said to.
Yep. We is not smart in this game.
The funny part about my 8 check is I was looking for the bar in the first place.
You're looking for a message board.
Well, we were discussing last time about how we were finding the message board. And we were in... we both had... couldn't agree on how to find one. And so R was the go-to place to see if they knew where.
That was the elf place, right? Anyway, we're looking for jobs. We're all bad at investigation. A couple people.
Where is the quest that Cookie is able to locate?
All right. A cunning ex-adventurer named Abel Andrer seeks a company of adventurers to rescue the village of Hafeld from Ocean the Lich Queen. The Lich Queen. Guys, I'm just going to say I'm out.
These are all options. You can take whatever you wish. I do not
Send the
force
bird off.
anything upon you.
Okay, we're not doing that one, probably.
I mean, everyone should roll a knowledge check to see if they actually know what a lich is.
I believe there's 7 quests for you to pick from.
Sure. Okay, so a
the
dwarf
worm of
named Kelly.
no. Leviathan. Oh shit.
Alright. So a dwarf named Kelly seeks a company of adventurers to explore the Marsh of Decay. Doesn't sound very pleasant. but might be okay. A priest named Pedesus seeks a company of adventurers to slay the dragon of the Nulzend spires and retrieve his brain. They want a dragon brain. Okay.
Yeah.
An ex-adventurer named Hilda seeks a company of adventurers to recover and destroy an evil artifact. Evil artifact. Noblewoman named Ines seeks a company of adventurers to slay the worm of Ghoulmore Swamp and retrieve its head. Not a fan?
Dragon? Worm?
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably a lesser dragon. Maybe a dragon.
so far only the Explorer one sounds interesting, and then it's mediocres.
Oh, they sound interesting. They just sound deadly.
Well, yes. We could always talk to the captain. Maybe he has another crew, or another group of away party that can actually fight a dragon.
Well, I mean, we can go.
Well,
back.
it could be an exaggeration. It could be just a little whelp.
It
Could be, or it could be in.
Or it could be just some, like, level 1 wizard behind the curtain.
I did
Yeah.
find some nice epic level dragons that I'd love to bring out sometime. A CR30.
Well,
The kind that eat the entire ship alive.
CR30.
They couldn't
Yeah.
swallow the ship whole. They're not quite that big.
No, but I don't think a broadside would kill it. It would probably take the ship apart piece by piece.
both in character and out of character, destroying evil artifacts sounds best to Cleoc, and out of character, I want to see which of our party members try and steal it and use it for our own whim.
You gotta be careful, though. So, out of character, a lot of evil artifacts have mind-affecting effects that if you get near them and you don't save, they basically dominate your mind.
Oh, I'm aware. I'm just saying.
In character, I know absolutely nothing about that, so
Hey!
But out of character,
Actually, out of character, we might be able to rescue the village by talking to the Lich Queen and offering them this item that you found.
I think any negotiations with Lich Queens might end up poorly in our favor. Just a guess.
Poorly in our
At
favor?
least it was in our favor.
Wait, you said in our favor, though.
I found a template document that allows you to add Lich to any other archetype, so you could, or any other race, so you could basically make a whatever class you want Lich.
Yeah, if you can't beat them, join them.
Well, a goblin lich, it's still only level 3, and I'm okay with fighting one of those.
All right.
Just
Well, what do
saying,
you guys?
I shall
that
become the new
CR30
Lich Queen.
Dragon could be made a Lich, and then you have a Draco Lich of CR
Yes.
like 31 or 32.
If the dragon survives.
Yes.
If the dragon survives.
So, out of curiosity, have you guys looked at the last one?
Spellfire.
Oh, Goblin Kings. Yes, goblins are level
But
3.
we don't even have to fight the goblins. Look at that. All we have to do is expose the corrupt aristocrat.
How do you think we're going to manage to do that?
I don't know. I'm a bard.
Former bard.
Yeah, I used to be a
Okay, there's
bard.
going to be a lot of fighting goblins.
And
when I
then
think
you
about it.
took an arrow to the knee, just like half of these ex-adventurers.
Where's the person's location? Is he on this place, or do we have to fly to where that aristocrat is?
Usually we gotta have to fly to wherever the stuff is, so.
Well, so let's find out.
Good call.
Surely it says where the person you're supposed to convince is, or last seen.
Well, either the bill would tell us where we could find Arpas, or tell us where the corrupt aristocrat is.
Alright, those are our two best options.
The march and the aristocrat?
Oh, y'all thought you wanted the Marsh of Decay?
No, the exploring one. There's two marsh ones, I thought.
So
There's
the
an exploring of the
artifact-
marsh.
So there's Explore the Marsh of Decay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, or we could go back to the other port.
Cleoc still likes, evil artifacts or
I'm willing to bet there's something
exposing corrupt
guarding it.
aristocrats.
I'm willing to bet there's something guarding it.
Cleoc does not want to leave the port without a quest, if we can so help it.
All right,
He's not he doesn't want to go on suicide missions, but not all of these look like suicide missions.
Okay,
Some of
out
them
of
do,
character,
but not all of them.
are any
Yes.
of them actually within our challenge rating?
Sure, they're unknown. They're uncertain. The Marsh of Decay, we don't know what's there. The dragon,
Keep in
Dragon
mind, you
probably
always
bad.
have the free choice to retreat.
Not always.
You don't always have the survival of the retreat.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
If we get in over our head, don't be afraid to run away.
Every man
While
goes
I would trust Nate to kill us if we're stupid, part of the
Alright.
job of being a DM is making sure your players also have fun as well as yourself. So I wouldn't think he'd kill us out of spite.
Okay. So, guys, think about this. What does serving a Goblin King mean? I mean, what's he going to
spy.
do? Is he going to betray the city to the goblins? How do you think that plays out?
Well, it could even just be, making a treaty with them.
We don't know yet. For all we know, the bill says he's a corrupt aristocrat, but he could just be jealous or something until we get there.
Can we investigate more on the aristocrat one?
That does sound good.
I feel like that one seems the most interesting because exploring is incredibly nebulous. And the artifact one is interesting as that would be. I'm pretty sure it's way above our CR.
Considering that just a few goblins can kill us.
Yes.
Hey, we're level 3 now.
We were level 3
1
there too.
those goblins at level 1 almost killed us, but now we're level 3. We got a fighting chance. Yeah.
And if we saw 12 goblins, we'd have to go running.
You just gotta trip the bird first.
I hope the king has a small army.
Go cooking for me, so running. Just kidding.
Well, no, we did survive how many skeletons? 30, 40?
Yeah, we were kind of.
I'm trying to decide, out of character, I don't know whether in character Cleoc would want to fight more goblins or be kind of averse to fighting more goblins, considering how the first adventure went.
Well, who says we have to fight?
Which I guess didn't go bad, so he's okay with fighting goblins.
If you're adverse to fighting more goblins, then I've got news for you. The world is full of bad things. And goblins are low on the totem pole.
It's true.
I will smite at you, goblin. Run away!
I would understand if you didn't want to face like a wraith or something.
Anyway, let's go ahead and make a decision and say let's investigate the corrupt aristocrat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably.
I'm game.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
Nate, step away for a minute.
No, I was just getting a few more details down. So which thing is it you want to do?
The last one.
Okay. So you want to go find out where the guy's located and talk to him, potentially.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you ask around and you find out that Arps is actually in the Inn of the Silver Blade in Baywick, which is a different system from here. Do you guys remember where you're currently at, or do you not?
We're in a dwarf face place.
Dwarven Citadel.
Yes.
Called.
Called um let me pull up the video.
I
Egoville.
never got it written down.
Arazad. Arazad.
Ah, Arzad, yeah.
I like the Egoville better.
So you say that this this Arpez is located where?
In the Inn of the Silver Blade in Baywick.
Cool. Well, Mr. Dwarf and other company, how long do you want to stay in port before we head off?
Well, this bar still has more alcohol.
If this bar still has more alcohol, we're never gonna leave.
Fine, we can go.
No, I mean you can chill. It's fine.
Hey,
That's
that's
what
me
you
do
want.
do some barrel smashing.
I mean, get smashed and go smashing. You know.
Some barrel smashing there out of ale, alcohol. The guys are running after us. We can run like hell. No. Otherwise, yeah, don't ever run out.
I mean, I'm ready to go now. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Were you wanting
I was
to go
about.
talk
I was
with...
about. Oh, go ahead.
Nope, go. You're about to.
Hello.
Cookie. I mean, Kleok. I'm Cookie.
Going to the ship. Go to the ship.
Okay.
Alright, let's go to the ship. Do we have supplies?
I was about to lie to Yonovan saying that the ship was about to leave without him, but then I'd be afraid that he'd actually let it go.
That's a good question. I kind of assumed that the captain would keep track of
Well,
that.
seeing as the captain gets a chunk of all of the missions you do, you're only getting a portion of them. The rest goes to the ship's crew. Now you get a primary share since you're doing most of the legwork, but you are paying the captain for, getting you around to these locations and keeping the ship crewed and provisioned.
Yeah.
So, yes, he uses some of the ship's funds to do that, since he takes a hefty percentage of the jobs you get.
Basically, we need to make sure we reach ports that have supplies every once in a while, or
Yes.
bad things happen.
Yes. If you get your own ship, then you will have to track all that. So that's part of why I didn't start off that way, is I'm wanting to get the group to be a little bit more cohesive and together before adding the fact that you guys then get to take care of monitoring the health of the ship, how much food you have, etc.
Okay.
It made more sense than throwing you guys into it all. And someone has to get trained in astral navigation. So you guys can actually, try to make your way around.
And in character, we have no idea what actually powers the ship still.
That is very true as well. I have a small idea what may happen in the future for you guys, but part of it depends on what you choose.
Well, that you allowed to happen?
Is what?
Or that you allowed to happen?
Yeah. So, were you wanting to go to Baywick, or were you wanting to look for, Kelly?
Baywick. Oh, so Kelly is here, like...
You don't know, maybe.
At this-
Maybe not. You guys haven't investigated anything on Kelly. That's why I was asking if you're going to look into that or not.
Would you guys like to try and pick up a second quest?
Sure.
I mean, this one,
I
at
just
least
know,
if the dwarf is here, we could look into it.
yeah, I just know that the two that you guys were interested in were those two.
Yeah, let's see if we can find out more about the Marsh of Decay and this dwarf named Kelly.
Okay. Roll a check. See what you can do to locate Kelly.
Okay.
And the check depends on how you're going about looking for said dwarf.
Huh. I think our best idea is to go drinking places, because y'all locate dwarves that way, right?
Well, a little bit racist, but...
Sure. All the dwarves I know like alcohol.
Okay.
If you want to call that racist, so be it.
Well, if you'd like to have a list
Has
of...
anyone seen this person?
If you want a list of taverns or inns in this place, I can give you a list.
Sure.
Just, it's going to be a bit long.
Yeah. That's my point. Well, so if you want to find someone, asking around at bars is one choice. What other ways can we find someone? We can go to
Does the-
City
Does the
Does
Hall.
the bill have a location for this
Gotta
person?
have contact information of some kind. Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not a very good bill.
Not drinking.
Never going to get done.
There you go. Talking around, that's the list of taverns you get in the area.
$20 of them, huh?
So do you want to pick one, or?
Yes, let's go to the Winter's Pub.
I take a closer look at the bill.
Yeah,
And
how
see if
did
there's
we find
contact
out about it?
information.
Well, it says currently resides in Arazad.
Okay. So it is local.
All right, let's pick a random bar. Well, I think Donovan's already picked one, so.
Okay, Donovan, we'll follow you.
We'll find out if it's... Yeah. We'll find out.
Which one did you go to?
Roll a
The win-
persuasion to see if you can get someone to tell you where it's located, since you're still currently stumbling around the city.
I will not be rolling persuasion because I'm at a -1 on that.
I will.
Yes, well, try
I
that.
think Donovan did.
Yeah, but it didn't see... I think it was a 9.
You did.
It was
Yeah.
a 9.
That's
Let me
all I
try.
got. It's flat.
Cookie got a 3, so even 6, it's no good.
After hours and hours and hours, and
And
Looks
eight.
like
Can't
the
find
day's
a
getting
pub
ready
in
to
a dwarven
close.
fortress. What the heck?
someone finally tells you that that's where they're headed. You guys get close, and you see a picture of a wench on a sign. Not a woman. A device for dealing with pulling things.
Cheeky.
That is funny.
There you go. What would you like to do while you're here?
I'd like to order some irony.
Yeah.
Cookie
They have that as
goes
a very
up to the
metallic
bar and
taste.
asks. Sorry.
I was telling Yonovan they have it in large quantities, and it has a very metallic taste.
I didn't see that one coming.
Oh gosh.
All right, Cookie, what do you ask?
Oh,
Looking it up. We ask for what's his darn name? Where is it?
We're asking, is there a dwarf in here by this name of whatever?
Kelly.
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 No, Kelly's here. I should try to one of the other establishments in town. There's quite a few, you know.
Aye.
Yeah.
Opening and closing all the time. Can never have too many inns.
And closing, huh?
When you're driving a man in and out of business?
I think they just
Well,
might
This-
be
someone
this is
decides
irrelevant.
they're done, and
Let-
so, you know, they move on, and someone else comes on in and sets one up.
This is irrelevant. I'm going to the next one.
Well,
Which
have you
next
heard
one are
of
you
this
going
person
to?
before?
The King and the Flagon.
Why not? The King and the Flagon.
we ask the
Or whatever's the closest pub. Cleoc really doesn't care.
Cleoc does want to go to the Naked Beggar.
evidently.
Or the Boar and the Shrew. What about
You know, after this
Fool
one,
and
I'm kinda-
Meatball?
After this one, I'm kind of
You know-
curious.
To be honest, Cleoc probably can't. He can probably tell a pub from the outside, but he probably can't read the names because he doesn't know Dwarvish. So yes,
Okay.
if he came across a pub, any pub, even if it was the Naked Beggar, he would probably go into it.
Even if
Cookie.
it had a Naked Beggar?
Does know Dwarvish,
What does Cookie want to do?
and he wants to order a drink from the bar, and is like, well, can you put me at the next bar? We can do a circle of this thing.
Ooh,
drink do you
bar
wanna get?
hobby, my favorite.
Oh, I'm probably a mid-class wine. Something hopefully watered down. Or I'm gonna get drunk fast. I don't have the constitution for much. I could take a drink.
We use Ignio's method
Persuasion.
of
16 persuasion.
Okay, and which one is it you wanted to go to?
Well, the nearest would be just fine. Otherwise, we heard about the King and the Flagon, and that sounded interesting.
The King and the Flagon. That's more difficult to get into. You might have to change your garments a little bit.
Up or
Hence the
down?
name, the King and the Flagon. The King actually does reside there often.
Oh, well, wonder if our Oh my gosh. Hey
What?
guys. Hey. Dang it. So the Marsh of Decay is not about the Goblin King thing. Brain got
Nope.
switched. Okay. So I'm doubting our friend here keeps company with the king. Let's pick a
Right.
different one.
Yeah.
What about the Warriors Mead Hall?
The Warriors Mead Hall. Yes, that's where a lot of our guards take their nights. A lot of brave warriors there.
So we can good fights.
Only if you
Yeah,
want to
their
be scored
captains
through.
won't let them fight. I probably don't like that.
Especially burn it down. Fire, fire.
All right. Well, you're getting a drink, Yonovan. Roll a con check.
I have advantage on Constitution and Poison.
It's not poison.
You asked for something
16.
hard, huh?
Gives you a dwarven hard liquor.
19. And
Wow.
21.
You feel like you're going to be knocked on your butt, but you're able to shrug it off.
Damn.
With a 21? Damn.
Oh, you passed it very well, but and that's why you're able to just shrug it off.
Ugh.
I
If you get
feel
above a
warm
20,
and
you can
bubbly.
just shrug it off. If you get below a... You fall on your butt.
Who's
Funny you
that?
laughed at.
Wow. Hey, Cookie, you want a sip of that?
Recipe. It's the good, hard stuff.
No thanks.
Fire water.
I do that. You know,
By the time I find this guy, I'm probably gonna be drunk anyway.
I do that back arching stretch when you like are yawning from when you wake up. Oh, that's more like it.
Well, you're at it. Roll a dick save.
Oh boy.
Cookie.
Who
Sent
needs
Cookie
to...
a picture of you.
You sent me a picture?
Of Yonovan? Opposite?
Oh, yes.
Water become.
Yes, you did.
Water.
17.
You're able to dodge as this black cat comes dodging out of comes flying out of nowhere. Wow! And it scampers off.
I look at the usual culprit who calls him.
The bartender looks at you oddly. What was that?
His companion occasionally. Why the hell did it come out now?
You don't want to know.
You're in a bar and it came out.
So, what spot were you looking for?
The Warriors
Cookie?
Meat Hall.
The Warriors Meat Hall.
He gave you directions to it, and so that's where
All
a
right.
lot of the warriors and fighters are, the guard. That's basically like
All
the
right.
Citadel's
Dang it, Nate.
guard.
Dang it!
Let's head off there.
Yep.
So after a bit of a travel, you guys wind up at the Warriors Meat Hall. You see two heavily armed dwarves out front.
All right. A little
I
bit
guess
of
there's lots of bar fights in here.
Are they
Or not at all.
guarding the door, or are they just hanging out?
They are stationed at the door.
Ah. That's interesting. We'll go on in.
Behave yourselves in there.
Okay.
You don't like fights in here?
Cookie, roll a perception since it sounds like you're leading the group.
Ah, I thought that was going to be a 19.
Roll a dex
7.
save.
Oh, 20.
You're able to put your hands up and stop just in time as you come short of this dwarf who looks almost to be the size of you. Usually you're used to dwarves being about, waist high.
Yeah, that's...
And this guy nearly is a door that you're going through. And he's quite large.
Huh. Excuse me.
Cocks his head at you. Mm-hmm.
Is he blocking the door, right?
No, you can go around him. He's just right inside the door.
Okay. I go around him. Go up to the bar and ask for Kelly.
Roll
He's
a
here.
persuasion.
Well, would we put it to ask the guards if they knew Kelly by any chance?
Maybe. You can. Nothing's stopping you.
I don't know Dwarvish.
Oh, well. Nothing's stopping you from using common. Those dwarves speak it.
I'd probably ask the dwarves if any chance they had seen a dwarf named Kelly.
Oi, that one there's Kelly, and that one there's Kelly, and that one there's Kelly, and that one there's Kelly.
Oh, crap.
You see two girls and a boy get up and be like, "What are you asking about me for?" The other two are like, "Oh, they're asking about all of us? Which one you want?"
Now, who's talking? Is this...
Three dwarves that were pointed out with the name Kelly.
Oh, excuse me.
I figured this was going to happen.
We saw a notice that Kelly seeks a company of adventurers, and we were looking for Kelly. Said he wanted to explore the Marsh of Decay.
Okay. What's this Marsh of Decay?
Yeah, well, if you were Kelly, we hoped you would know.
Well,
But
obviously we don't.
we have the
are
wrong Kelly.
Yeah,
Sorry.
sounds like it. You should go ask where you picked that up. The agent there may have more info.
Yeah, we tried to do that. It didn't work.
Did we?
Yes, we did. You did on like 10 times. You tried to say that, and it didn't work.
Fair enough. Well, I said I wanted to investigate the bill. We didn't ask the agent.
Do we know where we found the bill, Mr. DM?
Of course. You picked it up. You know where you got it.
Right.
You did the investigation, so you know exactly where you got it.
Then this became artificially hard.
Yes.
Because I assumed that we couldn't find it based on what you were telling us. So we go back there to wherever we found the bill.
But it made it very interesting.
You're
Okay.
evil, DM. Evil, 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 evil.
I'll have to say something after the session's over.
Oh,
Well, go ahead.
Anyway, I wish to go back and talk to the agent.
He probably went home for the day.
that sounds like a grand idea.
What? Talking to the agent or what?
Another
Yeah.
3 days and we could have found it ourselves.
But on the bright side, we would have gone to all the bars.
So you get there and there's a dwarven lady sitting behind the desk. Not the one that was there earlier.
Hello.
Yes.
We picked up a job here, and, well, we were rather foolish and forgot to figure out who this Kelly is and where we can contact him.
I need to see the form you picked up.
Hand it over.
Mm-hmm. She hops down, goes to the back. You hear shuffling through papers and flipping through.
Ah, here you go.
She comes back up a while later.
Let's see here. Looks like Kelly said he's staying at the Inn of the Crossed Spears.
Do you by any chance know where that is or how to get there?
It's a silver for a map.
I'm gonna give her her soul.
I give her the silver.
She hands you a map.
But we could have gone to all the other bars.
Yes, that would have been a problem.
Especially the cookie. Didn't pass out. Alright.
So Cleoc looks at the map, then realizes he can't read Dwarvish, and says, "Let's go to the lead on to the cross spear."
Yeah. Cookie takes a map and we head out.
Alright, so you guys get there. After a while of travel, you see 2 spears hanging over a doorway, and a stapled parchment says the crossed spears.
We go in.
By the
and,
way, anyone who doesn't have dark vision, you're going to be at a disadvantage here because it is very, very dim.
Okay.
The lights are not on in this area.
Cleoc doesn't. As much as he wants to take out his floating shiny orb thing, luminous orb, he doesn't want to draw attention to himself.
Okay. The only light here is dim light from the forges that are above, being so hot that they're actually causing a glow through the stone. That's all the lights that are here right now. So it has like this dim reddish light to the whole area. And it's uncomfortably warm.
Cleoc will stay near the entrance then.
The entrance to the inn?
Yes.
Or to the... Okay.
He'll be inside of the inn, but he'll be pretty close to the door.
All right.
Cookie asked Talon, would you mind turning on a light for me?
Sure. Light.
Well, Cleoc, there's now bright light.
We're
How
walking
many
in
dwarves are now staring at Cookie and
You see a
And
room
Talon.
full of angry dwarves all glaring at you. And this
Turn off the
grizzly-looking
light.
fellow behind the bar
I
looks you
can't.
dead in the eye.
That's an hour.
What do you
Should be able to turn
think
it
you're
off.
doing in my establishment?
We're looking for someone.
Get that bloody thing out of here. Talon, you don't understand him. He's speaking Dwarvish.
I think he's mad. Could you step outside, please, Talon? Or there will
Alright.
be a fight here. And we will not be winning.
Wait, you're the one holding the light.
I
I'm holding the light?
Yes.
What did you light?
You're.
Slow down, what did you light?
Well, I tapped your robe. It said light.
So my robe is light.
Yes.
Well, crap.
I pull Cookie outside. I say in common, "Excuse us." I pull Cookie outside. I hope Talon follows us.
Okay.
Also, I don't think a robe. I think a robe is too large for you to cast light on it. I thought it had to be a small object.
It doesn't really say.
Because otherwise you could cast light on the cave or something.
No, it has to be a equipped
Oh,
or
that sounds-
handleable object, but it doesn't specify. You tend to put it in a small object so you can easily hide it.
Well, what's the light a problem, though?
For a drunk dwarf, no.
Who
Hey,
knows?
give me a stone. I'll just pick up a stone.
He might just not like the Birdman.
And
I
cast
don't
light.
blame him.
Oh yeah, that'll turn off your old light.
Yep, and
That's
just
clever.
toss the stone away.
I would be extremely surprised if your light cantrip didn't say something about you can turn it off as a bonus action.
Nope, it doesn't.
Well, you can be extremely
It lasts
surprised
an
then.
hour.
Oh.
All right,
Yeah.
gentlemen.
Well, Cookie goes back in, extremely sheepishly, Goes up to the bartender. Who I remember vaguely where the location was.
You can barely see. Like, it's dim light, but barely dim light.
Speaks in
So-
Dwarvish. Sorry. We're looking for Kelly. He's looking for a group of adventurers to clean out a marsh or explore a marsh for him.
You see him raise an eyebrow. Which Kelly is it you seek?
Just listen.
It just said Kelly. I'm sorry.
On what?
We
Job
went to
fair?
a notice board at. I spit off the location where we found it.
Mm-hmm. And what location was it he was requesting you go to or do?
I said the Marsh of Decay.
That booth over there. Go take a seat.
Okay.
You guys all go sit.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, you guys all sit there. Any of you
For what it's worth, Cleoc is still by the door, unless
Okay.
someone actually beckons him over, and he can't see them beckoning him over anyway.
Yeah.
Well, your
I
eyes
think
will
Rio would be
adjust.
outside with Cleoc.
All right.
She's not. She looks like an elf, so the dwarves are generally not very friendly.
So you two are by the door?
Yes.
Alright.
I mean, I think you're worse than an elf, but that's just, you're someone who is pretending to be an elf.
They probably didn't notice.
Alright, so you guys sit there for an uncomfortably long period. Finally, this stocky dwarf comes out from one of the rooms, comes and sits down. He has a hood fully pulled over. Oi, what you all want me for?
We heard you want to explore the Marsh of Decay.
Right,
we-
did you do it?
Well, we don't know what the Marsh of Decay is yet, and we're hoping you would tell us.
It's a marsh, and it's called the Marsh of Decay, and I want
Yeah?
people to go take a look at it.
Look at it, like
Clear it out.
just
Investigate it.
okay. How do we know if we've completed what you want?
Do you know what the term explored means?
It's a little vague, and I like to make my customers happy. So,
Happy is not wasting my time.
well, where is this marsh?
You see he has a big sigh. He's like sitting there pondering what all he wants to say or do with you right now.
We're willing to explore it. We just don't know where it is or how soon you need it done. And if you happen to know something particularly dangerous there, it'd be nice for a heads up.
Hey, there's a Draco Lich there.
Tries to do a persuasion. 11.
Fine, it's in the Alpenlit system.
So it's not even on planet.
Oh, it was
Why would
probably
I
not
have
on the planet.
someone check out a marsh in my own home? There's no marshes on this place. I'm trying to start a entrepreneurial endeavor.
Okay.
So So explore it, clean it out, make sure it's available for me to move in and set up shop.
So, you just happened to acquire title to a marsh?
So
That
to
must-
speak.
That must have been a fun little game of cards or something.
Why would I play cards?
Ah,
Because that's how
sorry.
you win your ship.
Alright.
Millennium Vulcan.
Yes, we will, meet you here, when it's done? Or how shall we find you?
Just come back and you get your pay. If it's done.
Okay.
And what pay would that be?
Depends on how well you do.
And how would you know?
I have my ways.
So, one last question. Why is this so hot in here?
Are you
Not a
daft?
You just docked like 50% of our pay
Are you
already.
daft? Get out of here and go do your job.
Alright. So they literally they built a bar right next to the forges.
Right
Aye.
underneath.
Aye.
That's weird.
It'll stay warm there year round.
Why do you want it?
Yeah. So if you looked at the rules for the Dwarven Forges, I think the engine power is based on per 100 dwarves working it.
Okay.
So if you have to have a forge big enough that 100 people can work in it to power your ship, and this place is massive, it's hard not to build anything next to the forge.
Fair enough.
It's just a thought.
Alright, we head out.
Alright.
So to answer his question,
Um,
yes, he's daft.
Cookie and Talon. I need you to mark off 2 gems or 10 gold pieces. Yonovan, you need to mark off 1 gem or 2 gold pieces.
For
Because it's
Okay.
missing.
Wait, what? How is it missing?
It's missing. You will find it no longer in your pockets when you get back to the ship.
Then he couldn't have taken it.
Why not?
He'd have had to take all of it.
It's automatic gratuities.
Basically.
Out of character, I suspect you got your pocket picked in the dark.
Okay.
No, it's magical automatic gratuities. You know how when you go to a place and you have to tip people, the bartender just uses magical means to make sure he gets paid.
Cleoc is not aware of this magic.
Neither is Rio, but that's
Alright.
likely what
So they would
happened
have taken
because
off of the script versus my pocket.
They would take some script if that's what you have, yeah.
Okay.
what do you say? Gold? How much gold for me? Or
2.
2?
Or a gem.
And then lost 10.
5. 5 for you, 5 for Cookie, 2 for Yonovan.
Okay.
I assume that there's no. When I hear about this, that there's no civilization near this wonderful marsh, huh? I guess we'll have to ask the captain.
Don't know.
So I asked Cookie if we got what the details were.
Yeah. Well, we found the location. It's in the Atlantic system. Or planet, I think. Atlantic planet. Apparently this guy, just acquired a deed randomly, and he wants it explored. That's weird.
So are we supposed to draw a map for him?
He wasn't drawing the map for us as to what it means to explore. He's like, "Don't you know what explore means?" And I'm like,
Well, I'm saying, are
"No."
we supposed to draw a map for him?
No, I think what he really wants is for us to remove anything that might otherwise kill people.
In a place called the
Bruh.
Swamp of Decay.
Yeah, I know, right?
Marsh, not swamp.
Marsh of
Same
Decay.
difference.
Marsh of Decay, sorry. My
Yeah.
bad. There's a difference. Rio is going to buy a barrel of alcohol before she leaves, just to make sure she doesn't run out.
Okay.
Okay, what grade?
Mid-grade.
Okay, so PHP standard value then.
All right. Well, let's go talk to the captain, see if he can map out where this is for us.
So you guys head back to the ship?
Yeah.
He's like, all right.
Yep.
Well, let me see those two system names. Let me go look and see what I can do to find where they're at.
All right.
All right, so looks like Athenlit is about 5 weeks travel, and Baywick is about 3 weeks travel from where we're at.
Well, I suggest we go out to Baywick. What do you guys think?
From what I've heard about your conversation with Kelly, yeah, that's probably the best choice.
So I want to hear the insight, what you're not telling me.
It's 2 weeks from Baywick to Athenlit, just so you know.
All right. Well, then Baywick is
Make sure
straight
you
on the way.
Write it down so you know. It's actually a little
Okay.
out of the way, but luckily there's a positive current to get you there quicker flying that way. Poor Cleoc is aging.
Wait,
He's got
there's
hurry
current
up.
in the Phlogiston?
There are currents.
That makes travel interesting. I just thought
Maybe
it was...
someone should study that to learn how to do it.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
Be able to control the phlogiston?
No, fly a ship and know how to
Speed
chart
it up.
courses.
Avoid the black hole into Leviathan. Or wait.
Okay. So on to Baywick.
You guys board up and head out.
So during the flight, Rio is going to keep practicing the cantrip that she was working on before. Do I need to do some rolls for that?
Yeah, let's have you roll 3 Arcana checks, 1 a week.
One sec, let me check my modifier again. Arcana? I assume I was reading the book that we were going to share that gives a bonus to Arcana, so that is a 20 on
Who
the
has
first
the book
one.
right now? Who are you sharing it with?
I thought it was me and Yanovan that were sharing it, but
Oh,
because we both tried to steal the book at the same time.
Thought you won though.
I won, but then something happened, and so we basically just said we'd share it.
Okay.
Okay.
So works for me.
Okay, that's an 18.
Okay.
And that's a nat 20 plus 4. So 24.
Alright. So you finally get it down where you can basically make a piece of cloth or similar object kind of wave in kind of a serpentine pattern.
So Rio is going to make some makeshift modifications to her clothes and then go and say hi to Yanovan.
Play it out.
So Ryu's gonna walk in, and on the back of her clothes, or in the back, there's gonna be a cat-like tail waving around as she walks in and says, "Hey, Yanovan, how's it going? Make any luck with your curse?"
I turn around and throw a hand axe at the tail.
Roll an attack.
He's wanting to get some tail, huh? So he's trying to get some tail.
It's like 18 hit.
I think that hits.
Yeah. Sorry,
The
my
axe
AC's
goes
not
flying
that.
out and takes the tail right off.
Hey, careful with that.
Oh.
I think you kind of pissed him off.
I pick up the tail and cradle it.
Then all I got is just, here, kitty,
Why?
kitty, kitty, kitty,
Why
kitty.
did you think that was a good idea?
I
Because
just wanted to show off my new clothing accessory.
Uh-huh. And you picked a black tail.
No, it's the same color as the clothes. I think it's like teal,
Okay.
but it's shaped like a cattail.
Well, now it's an accessory and not attached.
Huh.
so all you have to do is attach it again?
Elves. Actually, it's later. I think this would be more fitting. Elves.
So you arrive in Baywick on the third week of the month of the year that you have no clue.
Oh, there you go.
Emrakul deals with the dock hand and gets permission to make port. You all are then called up and told to mosey on your ways to complete this task.
I'm surprised we make enough money for the captain.
Well, who knows what else he does in town while we're off getting quests.
Yeah,
Mm.
we just assume that he's also been taking his cut before we get ours.
Oh, absolutely he is. You guys, I mean, I haven't narrated it every time, but yeah, no, he comes in every time, and him or the first mate take a chunk of the loot.
So we might be getting paid twice as much and we just don't know it.
Yeah.
Do you know how expensive it is to maintain 30 people's salaries?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Or offended.
Rio's going to repair her tail and walk around for the rest of the time with a tail that waves. Except for when we're in combat or exploring dungeons.
Cleoc honestly thinks it looks dumb.
How much time have we had since Let's see. It was 4 weeks in travel and 3 weeks again, so we've had 7 weeks.
It was 7 from the elf place to the dwarven place.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's an additional 3 now, so it's been 10 since you arrived at the elven place. And
Okay.
the elven place was a few weeks from the other location.
Yeah.
And actually, we were at the Elven place for a week, weren't we? Or was it less?
Yes, you were there for a week as well.
Anyway,
So,
Cleo.
2 to 3 months have passed since you were last at the other port.
Okay.
Anyway, Cleoc specifically wants to go look for where the inn of the Silver Blade is.
You gonna just go around and investigate, or you want to go up and try to persuade someone to assist you?
Well, I can. If I'm doing this myself, I can either choose a 0 or a -1. So I will investigate. And that's an 8.
All right. So are the rest of you just following Cleoc as he investigates for this location?
Yeah.
Okay, Cleoc, after a few hours, you're able to finally suss out the location and find it.
And Cleoc just walks in.
And you all go. You see a various number of patrons at the location. What all would you like to do?
I get the feeling Cookie is taking a break. So,
Well, I'm letting you. Well, you took the lead. I'm not going to take it from you unless you want it. That's fine.
Well, Cookie, you see Cleoc kind of freeze once he gets into the...
As you probably figured out, I'm not very good with words.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm, somewhat wide, but, I don't... I'm not very good with people. You seem much better at it than I am, trying to persuade people to give out the information. But if you want to hang out in the back, I'll go up and talk to the barkeep and ask.
They dwarven?
Actually, I don't even know what race this town is. Is it just a conglomerate of people, or?
Well, that's a good question. You want to roll a perception check to see what you picked up on the way over?
Sure.
Well, if we're in the bar, can I see the bartender?
I see people.
I didn't see what you got.
I rolled a 2 on die for a total of 5.
So yeah, you saw humanoid individuals on the way over. In the
Cookie
end,
perceives.
you do see a human male innkeep behind the bar.
All right.
Anyway, Cleoc would walk up to the bar.
Cookie also walks up to the bar.
And I say, "Excuse me, sir."
Talon ducks.
Yes, what can I do for you?
Yes, I'm looking for a man named Arps.
Arpez.
Arps or Arpez.
Ah. Well, I believe he's upstairs right now. He usually sleeps in. That old fella, can't seem to get enough rest. Kind of reminds me of my grandpappy. But yeah, he'll be down in a while. Can I get you guys anything?
How about a meal? We haven't eaten in a... Well, what am I
That's
talking
a
about?
few
I
hours,
cook
isn't
all
it?
the food, but I need something that I didn't cook.
All right, well, we got some roast pork with beetroot. I got some
That's a good
roasted
idea.
mushrooms. I got a vegetable stew.
Mushroom.
Got some boiled
I'll
eggs
take that.
with rye bread. Each come with a drink.
Take the pork and roots and an
Roasted
ale,
beet.
please.
Yeah, here we go. We got 11 copper for that. It's roasted pork. It's beetroot, and here's a tankard of perry.
All right.
Ale for me.
All right.
Cleoc would also have the pork dish. Pork.
Okay. So that's 11 copper for those. And you
Yep.
said an ale for you, Ryu?
Yep.
Just
Make
an
it a
ale?
big one.
Okay. He's like, what size you want?
I don't do anything but move my...
Less than a barrel. I've got work to do later.
All right. It's 4 copper. He goes out back, comes back with it. Looks like basically a small barrel or cask that has a handle on the side that you can barely wrap your hand around.
Perfect.
Like it was meant for someone larger than you.
Oh. I'll have one of those if you don't mind.
Alright. Same price for you, sir.
Hand it over.
Goes back and gets one. So,
Cleoc would have a non-alcoholic beverage.
Okay. Yeah, you can swap out.
Or
that's fine.
water. Or whatever.
Well, you mentioned you don't want the alcohol. He gives you a cup of cider instead.
That works.
All right. And yeah, in the inn, as now you're sitting eating, you see a halfling, a female human, a male halfling, a female human, another one. You see a more fanciful dressed human as well. You see a elf male who's over there, seems to be decently armed, and another halfling. Seems to have kind of flowy blonde hair and a little bit more fanciful.
Cleoc slowly waiting for one of the halflings to start dancing on the table and then all of a sudden turn invisible.
Well, you wait a while. Still doesn't happen. After a while, you see this gentleman come down the stairs. He looks almost like he's a gnome, but he looks a bit too big and stocky for that. But he
I asked the
certainly
barkeep
looks-
if that's our man.
He nods. Yes, sir. That'd be him.
All right. Cookie goes up and talks to him. Hey, good
I follow
sir.
behind him.
Can we buy you a drink?
Oh, mate, sure, I'll take a drink. I always like to
Yeah.
have a good drink in the morning. By the way, it's about lunchtime.
Uh-huh. Wait,
Of course.
get him a drink
Give me
and...
something good and strong, why don't you, Sonny?
Yeah, sure. Whatever he wants.
But put it in.
Cookie, you see on his back is a huge backpack just full of books and books and books and books and books and books and like a dozen different scroll cases tied to it.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to intercept the delivery of the drink to him and pour it into my mug and hand him my mug. You know, the one that gets heavier.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be a sleight of hand check?
It would
Sure.
Um,
I mean,
Cookie wants to notice this.
That's why it
Can
would
I
be a
notice?
sleight of hand check.
Yeah. Rio will also want to notice this, and if she does notice, she's going to use deception to try and get the guy's attention away. But we'll
9,
see.
12 for me.
19 for me.
Dang.
Cleoc would also want to see this.
Come on, roll.
No.
I didn't see it.
This is great.
Cleoc also apparently doesn't see this.
Oh, this is beautiful.
If I had seen it, I would have helped you.
You see he moves his hands, and this large purplish hand aspirates in front of him and just lifts the cup up to his mouth for him. And he takes a long swig. Ah, that was good. Slams it down. Puts a hole in the guy's counter. The old individual doesn't seem to notice. So, what are you here for, Sonny?
Well, we got your notice for adventurers.
Oh, you're gonna find that loathsome Goblin King and root out his evil conspirators. Yes? Yes? Yes?
Yes. That was the plan. We have a particular disliking to goblins.
Yes, the Green Consortium is evil, evil, evil.
You seem to be quite the bookworm here.
Why do you think people call me a sage?
Good point. Because they don't have
Learned
another
more
word?
in a decade than you have in a lifetime, kid.
Very true. Well, we'd love to help you, so what do you know? And how can we get
He's
started?
resting on one hand, and you start hearing a little bit of a...
Oh gosh.
I'd say, sir? Sir?
Yes. What were we talking about? Yes.
So,
You were about to tell us about the Goblin King.
Yeah, nefarious Green Consortium. Bad. What do you want to know?
obviously. Why do you suspect that anyone's in league with him?
Because I found a ledger. He drops his voice, like, and whispers to you. And it had dealings with him. Someone's been helping him. Bad.
To what end? Is the city under siege?
It could be. And we just don't know it yet.
Why haven't you gone to the magistrate?
They don't believe me. They say because I didn't grow up in the town. I don't know everyone. I don't know what's going on. But I know books.
Okay.
This one was tampered with. And it says that it didn't go to Goblin King. But I see that it did go to the Goblin King because I decrypted it.
Well, if you have books,
pulls
you
out
must
a-
know where they came from.
He pulls out a old tome. He's like, oh, I wish. But I found it at a junk shop. And it has the date. And it was like 2 years ago. And someone was dealing with him. Just don't know who. He opens it and you see that the book is clearly ciphered. So you'd have to actually decipher it to actually try to understand anything that it's saying. But it obviously is laid out in a ledger form.
Dang.
See, they wouldn't believe me. They said it just looks like gibberish.
It does look like gibberish.
Don't worry.
But my apologies.
Your comment about the lifetime goes worse for him. So,
My apologies, sir.
you just assume someone...
Arakakra, hailing from Faerun Mountains. No wonder.
What?
Short-lived creatures. He flips open his book and starts reading out about the location that Cleoc is from. Cleoc,
How do you know this?
You got the
He
right
knows books.
feathers, you got the right build. Just seems right.
Then you know where home is.
Yeah. You're a long way.
Alright. Where would you suggest we start looking? That doesn't get us, killed or thrown in prison.
Well, I think it's someone who's some of the aristocrats here in town. So we need to somehow get into their group and start seeing who could, gain from making deals with the stinking Green Consortium.
Alright,
Root them out, purge them.
obviously.
So upon hearing this, Cleark starts eyeing the group.
Eyeing the what?
Eyeing the group about who our best candidate for infiltrating this group would be. And he doesn't like any of them.
Aristocrats.
Well, let's face it. It might be for you.
That's what I was thinking.
If any of you want to try to decrypt the book, you can roll a check to do so, but it's definitely going to be a challenging one.
Well, Cookie is interested. He would look.
Is this just a flat intelligence or investigation?
I believe it's actually an int check. You have the
Wait.
PHP handy.
Ugh.
I believe it's
That's
under the linguist feed. It talks about creating
Do you see what the roll was before you re-rolled my dice?
You
I think it was a
15 on die, Donovan.
Okay, so it's
I'm sorry.
decent. Base use 20 for the simplest messages, 25% ago. Person.
All right, yeah, there it is. You must pass a just straight intelligence check. And you can add your proficiency bonus, potentially.
Why would you add proficiency bonus?
If you can show me something that would show that you have some skill or ability that would be proficient in understanding ciphers, then you can add your proficiency bonus. Otherwise, it's just straight int check, which is just a d20 plus your int modifier.
Well, I don't have high enough proficiency modifier to get over a 20 anyways. Well, with a 15 roll. So it's just a 17.
Okay, so you got a 17.
Proficiency would just give me a 19, which is still under the check.
Yeah, I rolled a raw 17 myself. And that's all it gets.
Oh, where's your bardic inspiration?
That would have been nice.
All right, what'd you get, Yonovan?
Just a 17.
Okay. And then what the rest of you get?
17.
17, 17.
Cleark didn't even attempt it.
Okay.
He's not very smart.
You both can see some indication of language type aspect, but you're not able to decipher it.
Hmm.
Sorry, it took me a little bit. It's the first time I've ever had to use that.
Okay. A Cookie reaches for his cookbook and brings it out to show the sage. This guy seems to know his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this is a side story, but I found these fascinating books. At least this was the first one of the series. It unlocks a secret magic in a cookbook.
Ah, yes. I don't know about magic, but I know this is a set of, I believe it was 6 that I heard about by this gentleman.
Wow. It does some weird things, but the results are very erratic. Oh well. It'll be a long time before I'm a sage, but I do like to study. Now. Well, guys, what do you think? This is...
He's kind of dozed off again. Didn't quite catch your last statement.
No, that's fine. We probably need to leave this guy.
Since he fell asleep, I'm going to take my mug back now.
What are you taking
It's
his
behind the
mug
bar.
for?
The innkeeper's like, that yours?
Yep.
You gonna pay for your damage?
What damage?
He points to the mug-shaped hole in his counter.
Yanavan.
I didn't do that.
No, the other guy that you dropped the mug because it was done, and you didn't think anything of it because it was just a mug. And so he put a hole in the counter.
How much does he owe you?
I can probably fix it for what?
I wave my hand over and cast Mending.
That works.
What damage?
Well, if you guys are staying in town for a while, I have a few rooms available.
Yes, actually, we probably need a room too. The
Alright.
rooms are
How
sized
long are you
for...
going to want them for?
Just the night for right now.
Alright.
We're not certain how long we're going to be here.
Okay, well, let me know. We can work out a deal if you're going to be here for a while.
Alright. Appreciate that.
For what it's worth, Kleok still knows that we have our quarters on the ship as well. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, alright. Well, do you guys want to pick up here next week since it's almost 8:30?
Sure.
Yeah.
Give you guys a chance to kind of make a game plan on what you want to do?
well, we're going to have we're going to take Rio's ridiculous tail off, and
What are you gonna do?
Dress up like
and,
a
and,
proper noble?
and request that she infiltrate the aristocrats.
Alright.
Do you think I look noble?
Since
No,
it's going to
As
take
I
you
belch
a while
out,
to
finishing
do
the
it,
beer.
You look like a good liar, though.
Emrakul said that he's going to head off to another section of the area and get the crew to do some work while you
Okay.
guys are handling your business here.
All right. I assume
Rio's
we
gonna
have the
belch.
stone to check
Yes.
in with them still.
Cookie
Okay.
does.
Rio belches after finishing the gigantic thing of ale. Oh, that was good stuff.
You have disadvantage on anything that involves movement.
What, a 13 con isn't good enough?
No.
Okay.
So
As she kind of stumbles out of or up from the bar.
it'll probably,
What do you want?
wear off by next session since it'll be a few hours where you guys talk about deciding what you're going to do.
In hindsight, Cookie, perhaps you should do this.
Schmooze with the nobles, huh? And try to find out Who has a secret plot against who? Well,
Well,
Indeed.
let's
that
look at
sounds
it.
bad.
Let's look at our choices.
I could
I-
totally
Eric got
seduce
that.
him.
I'm immediately out because I stick out like a sore thumb because I'm a Birdman.
Actually,
Yeah.
you see another Arakakra walk into the inn as you're saying that. Goes over to the barkeep, orders the plate. He looks quite different. His feathers are a very different style. But he's still
Huh.
definitely a birdman like you.
Huh.
This is interesting.
Is this the first Birdman I've seen since?
Yes.
Well, I would chat it up with them.
We'll pick it up there next week. Because unless you want to do your chat now and know what you want to say.
I have no idea what I want to say.
Okay. Then I'll give you a week. I'll give you a week to think about it, where Cleoc has a few seconds to think about it. Alright, gents, we'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Alright, see ya.